Hi JoAnn, I just wanted to take a minute to give you a video on how to use the Pennsylvania State Standards website. You may have already figured it out, but it has some strange things that may have happened if you're playing with it. So the address is pdesas.org. I'm sorry if I wrote down the wrong thing for you. You can use the little flower viewer on the left, but honestly the bookmark bar is at the top. Let's start with standards and start with view standards. At the top, you'll choose your grade level. So you're in kindergarten. And then within your subject area, you can choose English language arts if you're working on reading, writing, speaking, or listening. Math. On the right, we have approaches to learning through play. If you're doing dramatic play or something like that, you could use that area. Also, reading and writing in science and technical subjects, and reading and writing in history and social studies. If you're integrating language arts in your content areas like social studies, science, health, you can use those. But mostly you can use everything that's over in the left-hand sides. So I'll choose math since that was your focus last week. And that gives you your subjects. Now, if you don't like to work on the computer, you can export this to an Excel spreadsheet if you want to see everything at once. Otherwise, you're going to just scroll down. So every standard has a number. So math is standard 2, CC.2. And then every standard has standard areas that are broken down. So the first one is numbers and operations. We have algebraic concepts, geometry, measurement, data, and probability. And that is all that's in the kindergarten curriculum at this point in Pennsylvania. So anything that you're teaching outside of that is not part of Pennsylvania state standards anymore. They really refined those, and they have less areas to cover with greater depths now. So what you want to do then is basically look specifically at the standard, and those are going to help you write those objectives. So just these are called anchors, where we have the numbers. The anchor is what you'll list along with the words. So if you're choosing one-to-one correspondence to count number of objects, you put CC 2.1 KA2, and then you write the words. Now, this gets to your standards, but what's weird about this website is to get the essential question and the big idea, you actually have to go to curriculum framework. You can't link from here. So sometimes it's easier to start in the curriculum framework, and you just want to play around with what works best for you. So I'm going to click into curriculum framework. Again, you want to choose your grade level and choose your subject area. I'm going to stick with math. And then this is everything that we had before. So this is where you have to know what standard area you were in. So you can see here's algebraic concepts. They break it down, but you just really have to follow what's on the right. So algebraic concepts, geometry, measurement and data, and numbers and operations. So we were in numbers and operations. So basically you just open it up and it'll show you all the different essential questions. And then it'll show you all the standards, the vocabulary that might be applicable. And this is what I was talking about in our lesson. This competency is what's really important. That's going to be what they have to do by the end of kindergarten. So you kind of want to base your lessons off of that. They have to count out loud to 100. They have to count forward. And this was that little sheet that I was showing you on my computer screen. So that when we get to all this, these are your essential questions right here in yellow. They turn blue and yellow. But that's your essential question you'd write down. Your competency will help you write your objective. But there's several essential questions. You just have to find the one that's best for you. And if there's more than one, list more than one. So that gets you your big ideas, so the big ideas are on the outside, and then your essential questions are underneath when you hit the arrows. Like I said, if you like to have hard copies, you can print things out. A lot of people are doing that these days. So if that's something that you like, you might want to just do that. To do that, go back here. When you get into this curriculum framework, you can choose mathematics over here. And then you can see the curriculum framework for kindergarten. And then you can just go into that, and that gives you what I was showing you. So you might want to just print this out, and then you see it all at once. Okay, so that's all the pages of kindergarten. And then just kind of to show you, if we go back to English Language Arts, it might be helpful for you to, look at the framework for the different standards in English Language Arts coming up. So here's our PA Core Framework for Language Arts. It's actually a much bigger document than math. So when you pull it up, it has the big ideas and the essential questions for the framework. But those are going to be broken down a lot further within your standards. Just if for reading informational text, I'm just going to pick something and show you. So here's kindergartens. Here's your big idea. Here's your essential question. This is your concept. Again, there's that competency that is really the most important part for writing that objective. And there's your standard that you can reference. Again, that standard is not written. Sometimes the standards match the competency, and sometimes the competency is more detailed. So you'll really have to play around with it. I personally think it might be helpful to print out the kindergarten things that are applicable, even like screenshotting it and putting it together in a document for yourself, just so you know. But if you like using the computer, everything is here. So if you have any questions about planning using the state standards, let me know. Hopefully this is helpful to you.